What's up? Hello, everybody. How are you doing this evening? I hope that you guys are doing good. I'm gonna try and finish this bad boy off just a little bit. Finally got the hand to a point where I'm like, yes, that is correct. So we're going to, like I said, we're going to try and finish this guy off today so the person who needs him can get him. There's that hand. We're going to lock this up. Like I said, we're going to finish, hopefully at least finish the inks today. I don't really plan on staying on long, but I figured might as well jump on, see how you guys are doing. As we end, at least, almost end the weekend, right? Since most people are probably still going to be off, I'm assuming, right? You guys are all going to still be off. I gotta figure out which one again. I think turn that a little bit. I don't know how much of the fan you guys are actually picking up. What's up, Thunder Keys? Did have a good day today, actually. Did some grilling. Did some grilling. Did some editing. I don't know if you saw, but Tillman's Try Things has a new. Oh, you don't Facebook, but Tillman Try Things has a new video out. We did the Fiery 5, which, by the way, I do not recommend to any human being ever. That was some of the worst candy we did. It was Bean Boozled Fiery 5. It was horrible. What's up, Freddy? What up, Gert? How's it going? Long time online. How you been? I mean, I see you keep posting art, so clearly you be doing all right. Freddy, man, you do anything fun? Or you just hide out, getting ready to go back to the gym, so you ate it up? You're like, I'm going to eat all day today so that when I go to the gym on Monday, it'll be worth it. Because that's what you said. You said you're going to go to the gym starting on Monday. Still think you're a bit on the crazy side for that, but I mean, that's something you got to know, you know what I mean? Arting and writing. Nice. That's good. We gonna get that comic? You gonna give us that comic? It's like, don't tease unless you mean it. Here. That's the eraser. There we go. I got drunk at a large pizza and watched The God of High School. Okay. Just got to redesign the cast. You are always redesigning the cast, Gert. You're always redesigning the cast. Someday you're just gonna have to let it go, man. Just be like, it's good enough. Those last three were finalized. Okay. But then again, I can't really talk. I mean, I did just decide to switch my entire way of drawing my ninjas, so can't necessarily say much. So, you know, you live, you learn, you keep moving. Or at least try to. Just got to finalize everyone else. Understandable. Whoops. Nope. This one. Alright, so we did that, and then this is that. So we will... I'm not even going to try and play. We'll just take that, take it, rotate it. Whoops. Not the center point. Oh wait, this is this way now. Alright, okay, there's that. And you're right, I am crazy, but guess what? I'm getting my superhero body back. The body torture starts tomorrow. Look, man, you can do push-ups. Push-ups and sit-ups. I'm just saying. You can take care of all that. Not try and be stupid. Get death. I was like, and not get, you know, death. But like I said, man, be safe. That's all we can hope for, right? Just stay safe. We need to erase some stuff out of here. Come back here. Just one more bigger. There we go. There we go. COVID is not a death sentence. It is not necessarily a death sentence, but it could be. It could be. You're gonna have to get back out there. That's true. Once they have something, you know. Oh, It's always fun when you get like little people coming, they like text you when you start streaming, and then it's like, hey, I got an idea for you. It's like, oh, snap, okay, I'm listening. Alright, so we're gonna do that. Like mini nunchucks. Real mini, which actually need to not be right that way. So we're gonna fix this a little bit. Just gonna go like that. All right, there we go. All right, and then we will throw in some white to make it look a little interesting at least. back out. Drawing an outline. Alright, let's see what we got there. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Then we will actually add something here. Because I thought about this yesterday. Right, so since this guy is supposed to have a whole bunch of found items, sort of. Right, as far as this. That's why he's all pieced together, just in case you can't really tell, you know, like I'm going to change something over here, but he's got his mask, he's got his prayer beads, he's got one leg strapped up, the tunic thing that I generally, or the strap that I generally always have, he's going to have a wrist guard, he's going to have the fishnets, so, you know, this guy's putting together everything that he thinks is ninja, right? And I decided to put like a flower mask, like a flower symbol, like smack in the middle. And the whole idea is that the mask actually is from his mom. It's like a little add-on. And so what I want to throw in now is kind of just like random pieces of tape, you know. So it just looks like he's got a bit of tape going on, but it's only on one. Like I only want to put it on one. So it's got tape on one. You gave him a COVID mask. That's what other people said. But I mean, the thing is that, and I'm okay with that. But the idea is that he's not actually put together. You know, like he's just trying to be a ninja. Like he idolizes ninjas, so he really wants to be one. And so, he's just putting all kinds of stuff together. And it was like, you know what? I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it looking like a COVID mask. And then we'll probably add in a crack. Add in a crack. Alright. We can add another one. Coming from here. Or should, yeah. I don't know. Nah, I think the one in the back's enough. And then we'll come in and we'll add a little crack here. Right, nothing too serious, just a little crack there, a little crack there. Now he's got his nunchucks. Alright, I'm gonna best thing about symmetry. Copy, paste, horizontal flip. Alright, then we'll bring down his there, and then bam, look at that. Saved a bunch of time. And done. Alright, so now we get to come in, erase these. Make sure his arm's not too thick. Weird. Alright, so now we've got that. Right? We got that. And come in and erase this crack. And we'll draw in another one here. Like so. Alright, so now he's got a crack there and maybe some broken bits there. And this one's a pristine stick, so he's got nothing there. Looks like I got one more day of being a slob. Gyms are closed tomorrow. It's on and popping on Tuesday. Well, you know. Well, you better live it up. Live it up. No need not to. Or, you know, you could just go outside and run. Just saying, kind of get yourself in the mindset. Just saying, you know, just a thought. Whoa. Don't even know what happened there. I can't live it up when I'm sitting around with this albonic. It's true. It's true. Got to get those priorities straight. Rather hit the treadmill. Never was a big fan of the treadmill. Always felt it ran for you. I mean, don't get me wrong, you can get a lot of work done, get that stuff running really, really fast and stuff like that. But there's a lot more to it if you go outside and try and run the exact same speed than you can, you know, on the treadmill. And a lot of runners have told me, yeah, but you get to run longer, you know, for more consistent time, and it's not bad for, it's not as bad on your knees and stuff like that. I'm like, I know, I hear you. I don't know. It's a mental block. I hate running in the first place, and so if I have to, I might as well put in all the effort. And I can't do that if the machine's running for me. And I got so much heat from people who are like, yeah, you just don't know what you're talking about, and blah, blah. I'm like, look, it's a preference, you know? That's it. I don't care for it. And I think in this day and age, I'm allowed my freaking preference. I hate running, so I just hate running. There's just no way around that. Save. Then use the elliptical. Yeah, no, I like the elliptical. Or the like, what is it? It's like cross-country skiing. That stuff's gross too. And then there's always the new point of hate. Hell, you hate run? I thought you were black. Black people don't like to run. They just have to run. There's a huge difference. You don't like to run. Talking about liking to run. I have this theory that only children like to run. Like they get sheer enjoyment out of it. What is that? Okay. What? Oh, stupid text layer. Okay, that didn't work. Wow, really? Okay. Alright, now let's see where I gotta fix stuff. Guess it wasn't that bad. Thank goodness. Thought there was gonna have to be a lot of fixing for that, but I guess I was wrong. Guess, let's see, that should take care of things. Okay, so you had a couple gaps. So what happens when you don't pay attention to your layers? You find out that you were drawing on the wrong one. You have gaps everywhere. Gaps. Gaps, I tell you. Alright, but save. Control S, then we need to come to Mm-hmm. Where, oh where did I put it? This is when it becomes a problem. You're like, where did I put those? Ah. Oh wait. Flower pattern. Haha, found it. Doo-doo. Bam. Alright. So now we've got that. Now he's there. Probably should shrink him just a little bit. Now it doesn't look as big. And then we're going to take a lighter color. I'm going to try the lighter color. Try the lighter color. What? Oh. We'll work that out later. Select, modify, expand, and no. I've got to set these actions. Gots to. Because without them, I see that I might be taking up too much time. It'd be so much easier just to hit like F4. Be like, haha, I'm done. But alas. I can't just hit F4. He looks like a Super Nintendo character. I'm okay with that. Completely and utterly okay with that. Alright, then we want to do like a lavender-ish. Oh, no. Drop that down a little bit. Get a little bit desaturated. There we go. Maybe even a little bit darker. There we go. Alright. This doesn't change. All nice and purpley. And then how do we tie the purple? One thing that I always try and do is try and tie my color palette together, mostly because it's all graphic. So where can I continue a single color throughout the image, so right that it feels as though everything belongs together. Ah, brush, dude. Okay. Get a little bit lighter. A little bit lighter for my duct tape. Ooh, definitely way too saturated. What's funny is that over my time, like over my years of doing this, you know, you start realizing the error of your ways, and you're like, oh my goodness, I can't believe that I made that. I used to use colors that were so saturated, you know, no care for anything. You know, just like, no, this color's awesome, it's so cool and bright. And you're like, yeah, but that's not gonna print right, or people aren't seeing that the way you think they see it. So try and tell my students all the time, it's like, look, don't pick from over there, because every single one of them is just going over there picking from that very saturated side. It's like, you can't do that, that's not gonna work for you. Those colors don't exist in real life, and you're trying to put that on someone's skin. It's not gonna work. Nunchucks in. Oh, that's why. I think I want them a little bit darker. Maybe not that dark. So not that one, this one. Yeah, I think that's... Modify, expand by 2. Freddie, if you're still there, did you finish up your balcony scene? You all done with that? Shouldn't grips be on both? They are on both. Oh, you mean on both? No. He doesn't know what he's doing. And it's not really, they're not really grips. I mean, they look like grips, but it's actually holding these two sticks together because it's got cracks in it. It's my duct tape. normally you wouldn't have grips at all. You know what I mean? Just hold on to that nunchuck. But like I said, he doesn't know what he's doing. It all plays into the story. So even with that, you're like, shouldn't he have grips on both sides? Yeah, he should, right? So that he can hold on to it, no matter how he spins it. But like I said, he doesn't know what he's trying. He doesn't know what he's doing, and he's really trying to be a ninja. Like I really want to be a ninja, and so I might change that to purple though. So, you know, he's trying best he knows how. Didn't finish the scene yet. Been too busy getting fat and drunk. That's fair. I mean, live it up, man, while you still can. As long as they're not asking for it, you know? Definitely tone it down. Client work is done. My work is what is procrastinating on. Oh, okay. Well, then you're still safe. Then it doesn't matter. Alright, so we're either gonna leave it like that, or we're gonna take this and make this purple. Ah, dang it. Purple, not purple. Hey, you left your mother.
Yeah. I had to plug on my phone. She told me I had to plug on my phone. And she said she was tired.
Oh.
So I left.
Hmm.
Well, she also told me I need to ask you something because I don't know how to do it. How do you conjugate to go to bed? I learned it in Svetkin.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you conjugate that?
Ich
like to
geh-
say I'm going
Ich
to bed.
gehe ins Bett.
Or like you're going to bed. Or
Du-
you should go to bed.
Du gehst jetzt ins Bett.
Gehst jetzt zu Bett.
It's like you are going to bed now. Because you can say du gehst ins Bett. You're going to bed. Du gehst ins Bett.
What color is his dragon, Emily?
I don't know yet.
Make it red.
Oh, red dragon?
Yeah.
So, okay, so I'll ask you this. See this pant leg? See, this is tying itself, like this ties together, right? Bam, 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 right? So gray, dark gray, gray, dark gray.
Mm-hmm.
But, should it be purple?
I think it should stay gray.
I'm like, the more I look at it, flipping it back and forth, the more I look at it, I'm like, nope, that should definitely stay gray.
I think it should stay.
Alright, so now onto this dragon. Red dragon,
You
right?
should ask your streamers what color the dragon should be.
Freddy, what color should the dragon be?
And there's only one person. Well, only at least one person talking.
Yeah, no. It's one of those times when
It's a chill stream.
it's a pretty chill. And I don't tell anybody. Like one of the worst things that I do in this is I don't tell anyone that I'm actually streaming. And I don't have, because of the family, I don't have like a set stream schedule.
Yeah.
So there's not really any consistency except for in the morning. Like anyone.
But that's early.
And that's early and there's not a lot of people on. They're like, nah. He said green.
Oh, then make it green. It'll match
Green
his eyes.
matches eyes.
Hey, that's what I said. I'm not gonna make tea.
I made tea.
Is the water still hot or did you make it a long
I
time
made
ago?
it a while ago. Let's see. Yeah, like 47 minutes ago. I don't think it's good anymore. Or it's not hot anymore, let's put it like that. So he is green. Bing, bing, bing. There we go.
Hello.
Hello.
What's wrong?
I just was on the wrong thing.
Why do you have another keyboard?
What?
Why do you have another keyboard?
That's from this computer.
Oh, the one I'm doing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's... Oh,
There he is.
are you gonna set it up soon?
Yeah, I was told I had to.
See if it's any good for Brown?
Yep. I'm just gotta set it up and see if it works. Huh?
I just sat down and now I understand.
Oh, I didn't take long at all. I guess it was still. I know. You're welcome. Yep. On the fridge somewhere. It's like it's on the fridge somewhere. How's that? Oh, like how is that the same color? Gesundheit. Alright, let's see. Which way do we want? Nope, light's coming from that way. That's where that shadow is, so. It's like, which way do we want the. Oh, it's coming from over here. Mm-hmm.
Do you like how you guys turned me off before?
Yep. And, I drew him completely digital, which I normally don't do. So, it seems as though I'm getting more confident with using this computer as, the means to do things, which is great. Because normally, I'm a very traditional media guy. So, coming in and going, oh, I'm just going to do everything digital because I think that's going to help. And it's been going faster, so I can't necessarily complain with the progress. Whoops. Nope. Oh, that's right. What are you working on?
The first drawing in my book.
Oh, nice. This little guy looks familiar. This is your dude, man. Sorry that I didn't have him done at the beginning, but I was prepping for school.
Yeah.
But here he is.
You have school tomorrow, do you?
No.
Because I think you didn't, but you might have
Nope,
school.
no school tomorrow. But, when I was trying to get all these done, I was prepping, doing those tests and stuff. So
That seemed like easy.
it was, and I gotta finish it tomorrow. I gotta finish the site and stuff, so.
I thought you did finish it.
No, I was getting ready for class, right? Remember? And then I found out that I was prepping for the wrong class.
Right.
So I was like, I don't even need this. Oh, no. So I was prepping for the wrong. Not necessarily. I still had to do that class. You know what I mean? Like, I still had to do that, but the thing was that wasn't the class that was coming first. So I was like, I was doing all that work for a class that was going to meet later. You could tell instantly. Oh man, what do you think of Roman's heel turn finally? Roman Reigns. He's a bad guy now.
The bad guy.
Yeah, he should have been a bad guy like 4 years ago.
Yeah, he kind of looked evil all the time.
He did. He had the look. He had the look to be an awesome bad guy. And for years, I've been saying that he should have teamed up with Paul Heyman, which he finally did. And it's just like, you know what? I wish that they would open up creative, the writing for creative to people who have more of a creative degree instead of journalists. Because
Journalist right there, stuff.
journalists, you have to have a journalism degree to write for the WWE.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. How do I know that? Oh, because I actually looked it up. Because at one point I was like, man, I can tell stories. I could work for the WWE.
Yes, I am.
But a bit wasted with no audience, but knowing the crowd, they would have cheered for the turn. Yeah. Well, I mean, to be honest though, he didn't really do anything heelish. You know what I mean? He just came in, he beat some people up. 2 heels, mind you. Right? He beat up The Fiend, and then he beat up Braun Strowman, who was turned heel after the bath in the swamp. Right? So he beat up 2 heels aggressively. And I'm like, okay. I didn't actually buy the fact that he was a bad guy. Where it's like, oh, it's a heel turn. And I'm like, really? It just seems like he beat up 2 bad guys. So technically he's still a face. And then he showed up with Paul Heyman, and I'm like, I guess this was his heel turn. Just didn't seem very heelish. But with that said, I think there's a lot of potential with, was it Jimmy? Was it Jimmy Uso, I think? Who is the #1 contender? you know? So I think that there's potential for him to show off his heel persona by fighting Jimmy. But then again, he might just make an evil Shield. I saw some theory about Roman creating the Shield with the Usos, and having evil Shield. I was like, all right, I can buy that. I can buy the evil Shield. Always rushed. Shows up after 5 months. A couple of spears, gets title opportunity, but doesn't wrestle the match till the end. Just weird. Yeah, it was. I mean, well, that's creative. I mean, that's. I don't think they know how to tell a story. That's the part that kills me about creative. They don't exactly know how to tell a story, and so it's. I mean, it's had its moments, but in all honesty, I'm like, I'm kind of behind. I actually wanted to do like a YouTube series about storytelling with wrestling, and just taking. No, he's not champ anymore. But about taking wrestlers, like creating my own wrestling company, cherry picking wrestlers, and then going, all right, let's tell a story. Let's go ahead and tell a story with these wrestlers, and then just kind of do booking and telling a story, right? I think it would be a lot of fun, a lot of work, but I think it would be a lot of fun. And it's like, okay, here's a story that you guys can follow that isn't Dookie. Because they're like, what do we... And then Alexa Bliss, like, is she gonna be Sister Abigail? Like, you had your moment, you ruined it, now you're dragging it out. And it's like, come on. It's like, and it really should have been Liv Morgan, the way that they were playing that out. But once again, I don't think when you put a bunch of journalists together and you're like, hey, we should tell this comic book-esque style story, what do you guys got? They don't know what they're doing. I mean, heck, Eric Rowan had a big old spider for some reason that was never explained, ever. It's just weird. The Usos and Reigns as heels, that would be really cool, but they'll probably have Reigns destroy Jay to push his new look. And of course, this is going off of the fact that, they could tell a really interesting story, is that he comes in there, right? They kind of make it look like he's gonna go wrestle Roman, and it's like, and they got this back and forth about, I could do it too, I could be champion, this is my time, I can finally do it and prove to everybody, blah 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 blah, right? We get to the pay-per-view, and then they get there, and then he just lays down, right? And he just gives him the title win, and that's when they go and announce the new faction, right? And it's like, and they do something like blood is, or family is more important. There's no need to ruin a family over something like a title shot, something like that, and then they kind of push the idea that they're going to be together helping each other, because they already set it up with, and he's like, if you need anything, I got your back. And he's like, I know that, right? And it would be cool if they just push on that idea, and it's just like, okay, they are family no matter what. I think that would be cool. But because I said it, it's never gonna happen. Ever.
That's how it works.
Finger poke of doom. I wouldn't mind that at all. They teased the group before Mania. I believe the Bloodline was the working name. Oh, see. I mean, if they go with that, and I think that would be cool, you know. And then maybe that's because I heard rumors of Roman Reigns versus The Rock at Mania, and maybe that's how they do that, because The Rock doesn't believe in what they're doing anymore, and so they're going up against family and stuff, you know, and that's how you get them to fight each other, something like that. But I'm sure it'll just be something stupid like, hey man, you finally made it, you know, you're the #1 person in the company, and I want to be able to fight one of the greatest, you know, and then he just fights his cousin, and nobody cares, right? It's just a throwaway match with The Rock. Because, like I said, creative doesn't know how to tell a story. You would honestly think, with as many video game and comic book lovers that are in wrestling, that they would have been like, you know what, maybe we should get some comic book people up in here, or video game people, you know, people who are constantly telling a story. Just seems like it would make sense. I guess that's why it's not happening. Well, it can make sense, but what's happening is that it doesn't make sense. It'll be something original like Reigns versus Brock again. Come on, I mean, you know, I've always been a Brock guy, but if he's not gonna do anything, I'm good. You know, he's not doing anything. Brock Lesnar is just a dude. You know, like, there's no story with him anymore. He's just this guy who comes in and doesn't show up and slams people and then life. So, you know, it's just, I wish they would do something with him. Like, they're not doing anything with him. So what's the point? Because I always said, when Roman was just floundering out there in the world, and Brock Lesnar was champ, right? And they were pushing him as like undefeatable, period. And I was like, oh my goodness, you should really just let Paul Heyman have Roman Reigns, right? Like, after he beat him, when he, you know, like, after he beat him, and there was all that talk, and he was like, I believe in you, and, you know, your legacy, and blah 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 blah. If he was actually like, look, we can make you something amazing, join us, and, you know, and then you'll see, you'll just be freaking fantastic. And then that would have been his heel turn, right? And then the story, and then you actually feed into the story as to why Brock Lesnar is not there all the freaking time. And it's because Paul Heyman has it set up that if you wanna get to Brock, you have to get through Roman Reigns first, right? And so Roman gets all the face time and all that stuff, and maybe he can even he gets some belt, right? Give him the Intercontinental belt or the US belt or something like that. And then anytime someone's like, I'm the #1 contender and I need my shot and blah blah blah, it's like, well, you got to beat Roman first, you know. And then there's always that beat down, and all kinds of good stuff happens like that. I would have watched that, you know. Then it would have made more sense that Brock, and then Brock comes out, like, once they defeated Roman Reigns, you know, he comes out and then just acts like the killer among men. But that's not what happened. Because creative can't tell a story. You know, I kind of like the idea of the Thunderdome. I mean, I think that's kind of inventive. You know, as far as as far as what to do in this time of COVID and stuff, so you can still get the fans in. I think that's really cool. The problem I have is that they're filtering in the sounds, because you can't really trust anyone on the opposite end to like cheer and do the right thing. So I mean, I get why they do it, but it's really weird when they filter in the sounds that they want the crowd to have, and then you look into the crowd and people are like clapping and everyone's like boo, and then people are clapping and everything. You're like, oh, okay, it's not working. But it's a cool idea. I think it's a cool idea. They're gonna let Roman Reigns fight Bob Backlund.
Who's that?
Bob Backlund's a really old wrestler. He was crazy. He did crossface chicken wing. It was a move. It looked like it was painful. It just did. I'm just glad there aren't fake "this is awesome" chants. Yeah. That'd be funny. I loved how Kenny Omega was in the crowd though. And people saw, like, what? How is it that people saw him? Like, are you not just watching the show? Like, how do you have time to scour the screens of every screen that was in the Thunderdome and then go, wait a minute, that's Kenny Omega? Like, jeez. Kenny Omega is a wrestler in another promotion, one of the big ones. The audio is lacking. It is. That's why it's like I said, I think it was a cool idea. It's just,
It's not working.
it's working to an extent. It's just,
It's
I
not
think
working.
I think they're trying too hard by throwing in like sound effects and sound bites that they want to have. You know, like people cheering or people booing. And it's like, you can't do that because they're not there. They're just not there. Chris Benoit was there? Oh no. That's coming. So, did you try to be part of the Thunderdome? Bring Ken Shamrock back? No. Anyway, trying to be all old and dangerous at the same time. Don't get me wrong, dude's a dangerous looking man, but I mean, come on now. I've been watching AEW, watching how Matt Hardy's trying to kill himself.
What?
He's one of the older wrestlers, still in great condition and all that stuff, but he's taking unnecessary unnecessary risks. and it's like, you're gonna kill yourself. This last one apparently was like 12 feet up, and the opponent speared him off the 12-foot balcony into a table, and they missed the table, and so this guy's head hit on the concrete instead on the table, and so he was legitimately knocked out, and so it could have went horribly wrong. I was on the SummerSlam feed for about an hour, but couldn't find my screen on TV. Aww. That's cool. The bump he took last night was scary as hell. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And it's like, I know that nobody's making him do anything he doesn't want to do, but I mean, let your younger people, who also shouldn't be taking bumps like that, but let your younger people do the crazy stuff. It's like, you and your brother, you had that moment. Now's the time to realize that you're old. And the thing is, realize that you're old, but you're not old, but you're too old to be doing stuff like that. That's the big thing. It's like, dude, you're going to kill yourself. Scott Hall, stop it. He couldn't walk, so kept stumbling to get up, and then they restarted the match after about 5 minutes and went straight to the finish. Yeah, I know. But I mean, what were you gonna do? Dude, I'm pretty sure, I mean, I don't think they've announced anything yet, but he has a concussion. You absolutely know he has a concussion. There's no way around it. The man's head smacked off of the concrete. And he was flying from 12 feet up. The fact that he isn't just, a mess right now is an amazing feat on itself. So, I mean, crazy sauce. So, do you think he looks kid enough for you? Because I changed his proportions, even with the chibi stuff, the chibi proportions, because all of my people are 2.5 heads tall, and he is 2 heads tall, so it instantly makes him younger, and I gave him chibi eyes, right? So I made his eyes actually really big, and so I was hoping that would be enough to pull, to still give off that feel as though, he's a child. I also kept his arms fairly skinny so that it doesn't look like he's super jacked. Gold eyes on the dragon. Yeah, he looks like a kid. Big eyes really help. Yeah, he's got a yellow eyes. It's gonna glow. Gotta have my glowy stuff somewhere. So, yeah, gotta get my glowy stuff in somewhere. I didn't give him. What's funny is I really tried to go with your story about him. He found stuff, he's putting it together, because the nunchucks are just sticks, the wrapping is supposed to be duct tape, because it's holding these 2 pieces of wood together, and then the string, if you look, there's no cap or anything like that. It was just drilled in there and then put in. It's actually too small for the sticks, right? He's not really going to be doing much. He's taken every element of ninja that he could think of. He's got he's got a wrapped leg, which he was like, yeah, they do that. So he's got one wrapped leg, the wrist brace, the prayer beads, the fishnet. Like, he's trying to put everything together because he's like, I'm a ninja. Like, I want to be a ninja. And the mask is a scarf that he took from his mom. That's why it's got a flower on it. Right? I'm still thinking about putting in the purple that actually goes with the flower. So we're gonna test that in a second. But you know, everything is for him to try and find a master to train under, and once he would find one, it would be like, oh dude, like, what are you doing? And then as we see him grow up, his outfit would change, you know, like it would completely change, be something more, you know, put together. And it's like, so I think that there's a lot that was gonna happen, like story wise with this character, and I absolutely love it, but like everything like this character. I like the way this character has come out. I love that it looks like he pieced it all together over time. Yeah, that's really what I was going for. It was trying to make it so that it seemed like he would see someone, he would see another ninja and be like, oh wow, I want to do that too, you know. So that is kind of the idea. Like I did this guy completely digital, which is normally something I do not do. Right? I was feeling it, and I was like, you know what? Let me just jump right into it. Let me see if I can get a pose. You know, see if I can do something. And he doesn't need to strike a pose because he's just, you know, he's just who he is. And he's like, I am awesome. He believes in himself, but he also knows. Like I think the main thing is that he actually knows that he needs help. Right? So he's constantly looking. And I think that's also a nice part of his story. Like, he's not going, oh, well, I'm the best. You know, he's like, no, I need help. And that's part of the story that I would actually put in there. It's like he literally knows that he literally knows that he knows nothing. So, and because of this, so here's the thing, like every time I do these kind of things and I bring people in as far as like characters, or when someone gives me something, I try and put it into an existing story. And I thought about this flower today. Like, I thought about that literally today. And I was like, that would be pretty cool. That the scarf came from his mother. And then I was like, oh wait, I have a character that uses those flowers. Right? And I was like, wait a minute. I have a character who uses the flowers. Right? I mean, this is a low-end render, but see? And then I was like, wait a minute. And it fits together because she wears purple. Right? And so I made sure to make it so that he wears purple. Right? And so now there's a family tie. So now this is the kid of someone who has a place in the story already. Right? She's important. And then, oops, that's the son. So yeah, so that's a play on this character and her color scheme. And then with the flowers that are in the fan and in her, you know, clothing. And it's like, yep, there we go. So I'm trying. See, I try my hardest when people give me characters like that, you know, especially with the Patreon, the ones who are paying, who are at a tier to where they get to actually make the suggestions. I try and make it so that their characters, you know, can actually be part of it. So it's not just, hey, I made another character for you. All right, cool, yay. But it's, I did some work. What was the name of that book where all the main characters died, but they chose to be reborn so they could find their elf friend? What was the name? Okay, what was the name of that book where all the main characters died, but they chose to be reborn so they could find their elf friend?
I'm not sure the
What?
Is that a book I'm supposed to know?
I don't know. You're what? I'm like, I don't know that one. So they could find their elf friend. Like all the main characters died.
Yep.
And they chose to be reborn so they could find their elf friend. I have no idea. That's what I'm like. I don't know. I mean that's a good question. I'm sorry that I failed you. But I don't know. What? There's a collection. Written as notes and rough drafts. Well, for me, because I don't know, I had to look it up, but apparently that's a bunch of rough drafts and notes that were collected by his son. Still nothing. Sorry. It's like, nope, still nothing. But I'm gonna get a little bit more on here, and then as per usual we gotta call it because early mornings await. I can't what? I can ditch you. Huh?
I said no because then I'm gonna go to bed.
That's right. It's not my fault. It's definitely your bedtime. I was Bubba, that not you. Oh, okay. Well, see what your mother said, that toothpaste thing doesn't work.
I don't really think it would.
So I wouldn't. I was like, I wouldn't.
Also, they had to add a disclaimer in that video saying that, like, that specific part, that these were performed by actors, perform this with caution.
This is not a true thing.
No, it's like, the art seems really is fake and bad. Well, there's another Troom Troom channel, like, made by the same people, or they sounded like they had the same narrator at least, and it was explaining the ones not to do that were like on Troom Troom and 1, 2, 3 because they're dangerous.
Oh, that's bad. I mean, it's good that they were explaining it, but it's bad that that's what's going on.
It was
That's all great. That looks a bit weird. I can't necessarily say that I like that. I mean, that'll work, right? Keep that there because shadow under the eye, that's just kind of what happens. And then maybe we come in and we do this instead. Right, so we wrap that around like so, so that it doesn't look all like you got a black eye. How's that? It works better. So we're just gonna So Edwin, man, how is the life in Florida? I'm worried about you guys all the time. Yep, that's why I'm worried about them. No, stop it. Oh, wrong colors. Happens sometimes, you know. It's been okay. Okay. Just like I said, you gotta do me a favor and stay safe out there. Because, you know, eventually we're gonna have to come back down there and see the fam, you know, before Milo forgets me and the rest of us.
Milo's so big now.
Yep.
Because I haven't seen him since he came here. Yeah.
Right.
And so now that I've been seeing him on Facebook, I'm like, gosh, he grew.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
I'm like, dang, I just for some reason assumed you were gonna grow.
That is good, but I forgot she works. Doesn't she actually works in a safe? And then we're going to give him a nose thing like so. I'll never forget, you guys. It's been like 2-3 years since we've seen everyone. I know, it's been crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna do this.
Oh, she's in ticketing now. But the office is next to the safe. Okay. Then we can do some highlights. We can do some highlights on that hair. Or not on the hair, on the skin. Give him a little brightness. And then, yeah. almost done. You should have this high res image for yourself tomorrow. Should be done. Should be done. Whoops. Not if we do that. All right. Yeah.
And you don't have class tomorrow?
No.
You're going to use your regular class time to work in your sketchbook?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. It's like, you, sir, are just keeping me accountable, aren't you? You're like, oh, guess what? You need to do this. It's
I
like,
don't want you to fail. Challenge.
that's very nice of you. I don't want you to fail your own stupid challenge.
No, mostly I just want it to be hard for students. If you don't finish all three, like, do you just pick the class that you're not doing? Like,
I have specific class. I have the class, specific books per class. So, when's the Luchador Ninja making his debut? Well, I'm actually pushing on on the idea of a, like, we gotta have an E Honda type, right? So we gotta have the sumo wrestler, but so I want him to actually be a sumo wrestler, but he does professional wrestling. So he's a big, like, he loves, like, he is a world-class sumo wrestler, and he does all the sumo wrestling stuff, but he's gonna be my grappler, suplexing people and power bombing people and stuff like that. Because I think that would be fun. I think that's going to bring too much color. That in and of itself is going to bring too much color to the forefront, and I don't like that. So we're gonna take this color back, and we're gonna do something else, and we're gonna put it first. We're gonna find it. Put the stamp very discreetly. Like, we'll put the little flower spot very discreetly. Oh, you know what? We should just select that too. Well, yes.
Is he gonna be? Is he a kid too? Is he like a grown
Nope,
dude?
he's a grown dude.
What are his powers? Is he just like a cool ninja?
He is a cool ninja who is based on a spider. Because he likes Spider-Man. So, kind of made him like Spider-Man. I have the drawing. I've already drawn him. Yes, I need to redraw him though. Why? I can't make it work. What? Why? I use my chicken man. For shame. I mean, I guess you can be a chicken man all you want. Be a chicken man all you want. Gotta have a fat guy. Yep. Okay. That'd be a wrestler. Of course. I was just saying, place the flower on the stash. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it. You know, just. I need to make it a little smaller though. Still, so we'll just make it a little smaller so that it fits. We'll come in here. Color in the space. Have it here. Get rid of all the excess. Right, and now we have the symbol. Yeah. And it's like, what is that? And it's just like, so now there's the symbol there that is connected with it. And it brings attention, right? Like that one color brings attention right to it, and you're like, what is that? What is going on over there? You know, why is that important? And then you can really link the two together. Sweet. Alright, I'm gonna do these nunchucks. I want to finish off these nunchucks, and then I'm gonna have to call it a night. I'm gonna have to call it because I'm gonna get up way early in the morning again. So I want to make sure I get some type of sleep. Oops. Because they are. A lot of them got murdered.
Got what?
Murdered.
That's good.
So, yep. So I mean, it's like a lot of them don't exist anymore.
No, but it's like whenever I turn around, there's a big phone.
Yep. There's another one. I think he looks great, much better than the original idea Milo wanted, which was Sharkman. Well, see, he probably wouldn't have turned out the way that he would have anticipated. It just would have been a ninja based on on the idea of a shark. Because I've had people hit me with animals, they're like, oh, do it off of this, and it's like, all right, but it's most, like I said, it doesn't necessarily come across as the way they had hoped. And I'm like, well, I mean, did you really think I was gonna make a, like a boar man?
Yes.
Well,
Exactly what they thought.
I'm sure some people did, but I was like, I'm sorry, I can't do a boar man. I mean, I could, but I wasn't going to, because I was like, I want to make a ninja. Didn't want to make, it's like, oh, let's make minotaurs and stuff like that. I was like, no, that's not what I want to do yet. That's right. Nunchucks! Stupid! No, not the nunchucks. I keep pushing the wrong button. Because I'm special. I'm just not really paying attention. Which is a problem. Because, that's how mistakes are made. That's how you ruin things. This is true. And I'm saving. That is so special.
I
gotta save.
But that's not like interesting and like, oh my god, you actually saved this
Oh,
time.
well, fine. Fine. Be that way.
It's true. And you're like, you always tell everyone.
Give me a to make anything work, but the boar guy worked how you did it. Thanks. I mean, see, if I was gonna make some, like, once I start getting into the mythology and stuff like that, and I gotta start making these, mythical creatures, then sure, right? And I'll really push the idea, so it wouldn't just be a minotaur or something like that. I'd really try and push what they are and stuff like that. But right now, we're making ninjas. That's where I'm at. That is where I'm at, making ninjas. Alright, last but not least, duct tape. Alright. And the duct tape is actually going to have some shine on it. So, no! What? So, when I put the highlights on there, hopefully, right, that's gonna, so it's really gonna show off that it's kind of tape, right? It's not, he didn't just make wraps. He's untight. We are so far. Almost done. Almost done. Got to do the purple dragon, then do the dragon. Get a little glow going on, and then he'll be done. I really like the way this one is coming out. So yeah, so that one's gonna be good. Once again, do a specialty save. And yeah, like I said, thank you guys so very much for hanging out. I am going to sign off, get to bed so I can get up early in the morning, do my Rise and Grind stream. So if you are up early in the morning and you're looking for your dose of productivity, please come join me as I finish off this character and then probably switch over to drawing in my sketchbook. But I think I'm going to also do a stream where I go over old work, like hidden perfect gems from high school and a project that I've kept. I didn't keep much from college, but this one, oh, Edwin, you're gonna want to be part of this. Like, I'll make sure to tell you when I do this one, like when I have a night stream and I'm actually gonna do a couple hours. This project you might want to know about from high school. Why? Because I was doing a wrestling comic and I have pages, and I was like, and I've got pages and stuff. So yeah, doing a wrestling comic. But I'll definitely let you know when that happens because it's gonna be glorious. The high school stuff is awful, and the college stuff, I'm like, I like this project, and if I wasn't doing this, I'd probably jump on that. So, but anyway, like I said, thank you guys so very much for hanging out with me tonight. I hope you're having a great evening, and I know it's wrestling related. Oh, that's right, of course you do, because you're a part of it. So of course you do. So it would be a good trip down memory lane. But yeah, so check you guys later. Thank you so very much. And remember, as always, born a ninja, die a ninja. All right, I'll see you guys.